Hey Collective, welcome back. So thank you for being here with me. Thank you for joining me. And so I'm back to do some more elements. And right now we're focused on the water elements. So the earth elements were looking pretty good. I expect there to be a lot of spring babies based on what I saw in the earth energies. So if you have a lot of water in your chart, in your astrological birth chart, and or if your partner has a lot of water elements going on in their chart or in their union, in their life, maybe they're surrounded by people who are water signs or have a lot of water elements going on for whatever reason, okay, then you're going to want to pay attention to this reading, especially if you happen to also be a water sign person. Pay close attention to the message. So water sign energies tend to be very fluid, very emotional, or masters of their own emotions. They tend to be sensitives and they do feel things and things like that. We do see examples of water sign energy a lot with certain cards. Of course, any card that has water on it can represent water signs. But we see it with the King of Cups, who is a water sign. We see it with the Queen of Cups, who could also be a water sign. Doesn't have to be, but could be. And with the major arcana, we often see it as the Chariot card or the Hierophant card. Those can be, or the Hermit card. And those can be water signs as well. So if you've been seeing those cards a lot and it's speaking to you about someone or something and you're not sure who, is there somebody that fits the description of a hermit or a Hierophant or a Chariot energy in your life? Because if so, that's probably the person with the watery elements. It's not a rule, but that's probably the case. So if you love a water sign person, God bless you. Water sign people can be very sweet, very sentimental, very thoughtful, very loving, very kind, all of those things. And then they can also be very emotional. Okay, so if you love a water sign person, bless your heart. Yes, it is time for some lip color. I do declare we need some lip color up in here. So the things that I've been doing lately to feel better is putting my face on, adding some color, looking alive, and spending time doing the healing circle things, all the little activities and things that we do here. These are the things I've been doing with my time. Mostly just focus on healing and getting the gospel and the healing light and energies out there for people in a way that really makes a difference. And that's the key. It's like reaching people is one thing, but reaching people with the message, with the impact in the right time, it's everything. So if you happen to be a twin flame, you might call yourself rod and staff twin flames. Those are people who are keyed in and they are on God's time. They're sacred masculines and feminines. There are other types of twin flames, like there are blue ray twin flames. There are divine couplings that are like twin flames. There are key holder twin flames who are often paired up, but not necessarily each other's kingdom spouse. They might be key holders, stand-in, soulmate, karmics, whatever the case, could be anything. That's the divine masculine feminine collective at large. And then the elect souls are the sacred masculine, sacred feminines, and though they tend to sit in more godly positions and order to gain a vantage point, in order to be a wise, discerning judge, and to help more people with the right with the right tools at the right time. So that's kind of the key. It's like, because it can really easily look like you're not doing much on here, and then you are, and it can really easily look like you're doing a whole lot, and you're not, but you are, but you're not doing a whole lot of like what you should be or what it looks like you're doing. You have gotten comfortable somewhere, or you complacent somewhere, or you, worse yet, are some kind of false altogether. So I will let you guys in on a little secret. Businesses take minimum 5 years. Very rare that somebody, even with tons of business experience and startup money, is going to have a successful business in 5 years, in less than 5 years. Okay? 5 years minimum. Ministries that are real fivefold, giving real gospel healing and light and everything like that, 7 years, no less. That's how long it takes for a ministry to come together and become a ministry. It's no less. This is biblical truth. I can take you and show you the scriptures if you like. And I don't mind doing that. But all I ask is you just let me know. Can you point me to some scriptures? Can you cover that more using the scriptures? Stuff like that. Okay. And I will happily do that. I will meet you in the comments. I will make another video. I will address it if I'm on a live like we're doing right now. If you have any questions, any concerns, all you have to do is be kind, be positive, try to be thorough, try to be detailed. And if you need more, ask for more. If you aren't satisfied with what you've gotten so far here or anywhere else, hey, I'm on this spiritual journey. I'm with you, Cham, but this is very unsatisfying. I am not finding what I need in aisle 11. That's all you got to tell me. I will get you there. I will get you there. I am that guide. I will get you there. Your future is at hand. Your future could potentially be at stake. Your future is waiting for you. Everything that you're afraid of is on the other side. Everything your future contains is everything you're afraid of, that you need to get past. That's not exactly how I wanted to say it, but it's something like that. It's like everything that's holding you back, that you're afraid of, is your higher self has already gotten over it and is past it. And it's just your 3D self that you need to get in alignment with, okay? It's not your spiritual self. Of course, there's that too. Because when you first go through Ascension, you're getting your spiritual body in alignment. And then you're becoming active in your light body. And then you're training your light body and getting your light body in alignment. It's in that order. And while you're doing those things, you're either experiencing lunar spiritual ascension or solar spiritual ascension. In some cases, it could be cosmic ascension. Okay, so it just depends. If we're having a lot of cosmic activity, you're going to have a lot of cosmic symptoms. you're having a lot of sun activity, you're going to have a lot of sun symptoms. If you're having a lot of lunar activity, you're going to have a lot of lunar type of symptoms. When you're doing shadow work, lunar ascensions are really, really good. When you're deleting programs, letting things go, cutting cords, making the way clear, making changes in your life, that lunar ascension cycle is amazing. But when you need healing, when you need a major course correction or a major healing, when it's something that's core, it's at the center of things, it's core, it's crucial, it's critical, you need solar ascension to happen. That's divine intervention every time. So solar ascension is the maximum amount of source energy at one time that can be received by human collective on planet Earth. Next to that, you would need the eclipse, the moon, and the whole cosmos to go through a shift all at the exact same times. For, you would need that to happen, which would probably be terrifying and horrific. And we're probably not designed to survive that kind of shift on the planet. But the good news is we are designed to survive even the most major shifts on planet Earth. And so that's basically what I'm here to do, is to help you survive the shift, to help you make the shift. All right. Right now, I'm helping you make the shift by talking about water signs. I'm going to talk about all the energies I see with the water sign people, or if you just have a lot of water in your chart, or you just resonate with water sign people, maybe you are a water sign, maybe you're not. Maybe you just like water sign people a lot. A lot of people do. Cancers and Sag people are the two, I think, probably the two most popular astrological signs of all the zodiac signs is Sag and Cancer. And for whatever reason, it's a water sign and a fire sign, and people really love those two signs. Not only do they identify with those signs a lot, those two signs are awesome people. They're awesome, creative, dynamic, very spiritual, type of people in general. Just in general, they tend to be. So it's no surprise. Once you get into it and you learn these things, it's like, oh, okay. And so you don't really have to know all the astrology. If you're here with me, I'm going to help you know everything you need to know. You don't have to go, is my sun, moon, rising? Is this and this? You're going to know everything you need to know. If you're a twin flame, you should not be too reliant on anything outside of your source energy. Anything. Okay. Crystals, cards, astrology, tarot, any of it, you should not be too dependent on it. Okay. The less, the better. Okay. Moderate, very moderate. Anything and everything in moderation. That is the most important key to rod and staff twin flame. So I stated I'm a rod and staff. That means I'm on God's time. Things tend to happen with me in a very timely manner. There's a lot of divine intervention. I seemingly kind of do things when I feel like it, but it's kind of like also that I work under these special sets of circumstances with a special skill set and ability. So I also have to work around that. And so it's timed. My work and my stuff is often very timed with God's time clock. So when God's doing energy portals, blessings, activations, I'm usually also over here doing activations at the exact same time. I got a memo about it in my sleep and I'm already up doing it, I'm on God's time. So some people are grafted in that way. Some people are not. Not everybody is where they want to be or on their highest timeline. They're not exactly at their highest purpose and their highest destined point. at this point in the ascension, or they are, and or they're getting closer, and their twin flame should ideally be getting closer, and you'll come into a merge point. And when you go through twin flame merge, you know that something's going on. You know you're going through twin flame. It doesn't just like spring up on you overnight. You go through a lot. The angels prepare you. God prepares you. So what's happened with the masculine collective is during the preparation, they rejected the union. They didn't believe, okay? They said, no, that's not true. That can't be true. That ain't right. I don't believe you. And they protested too much, or they completely rejected. They did something. And it was enough masculines that we got called a rebellious house. And a lot of masculines are now kind of on mute, and it's like cat got their tongue. And their feminines will have to learn to pray for the union and help their masculines get their armor on and keep their armor on, however long that takes. So if they got themselves in trouble with the archangelic realm, and they got a vexing and they got a judgment put on them, bless their heart and souls, because sometimes that happens. And then I've been covering it just a little bit in each video about what's going on with the collective. So just kind of bear with me while I do that. So the masculines are going through their final awakening. Some of them are doing very, very well. Some of them are struggling. Some of them are just kind of focused right now, and they're in a good place. They're right where God wants them. And they're doing the things that they need to be doing. Some of them need to work a little bit more on obedience, handling rejection in all forms, anger. Those are some of the things that have been coming up that masculine energy needs to focus on. Okay, so take that if it resonates for you. If it doesn't, so we pray for the heart of man when we pray for our masculine. So we have some specific prayers that we do for the heart of man. Plus Thursday nights, I pray for relationships and marriages. Friday nights, I do deliverance ministry, midnight prayers. So if you're here for a real deal, if you're here for what we actually are, which is a healing circle, you're in the right place. You're going to like what you find here. You're going to like the channel. I really hope that I touch on things that really make a difference for you, that help, that bring you inspiration, motivation, that get you moving, get you grooving, get you singing, get your vibration up and your heart rate up, so you can come into union with your twin flame, and you guys can stop getting on mine and the whole collective's nerves with all of your running and your chasing, and you're just kidding. So actually at this point, I was just talking about this the other day too. There should be a lot less runner chaser dynamics. If not now, we're moving into a time where it's going to be a lot less runner chasers. Like, it is ending. So a lot of people seem like they're going through runner chaser dynamics, and they're actually just going through stages. There's always going to be that flight or fight energy with these type of connections, because they're very powerful and intense. And it just hits every button. It hits you in a way. So there's always going to be that. It's how you navigate through it, what you guys do with it, and what you're able to do with it versus what you need to work on. And you don't want to rely on an astrology chart to do that, because if you think you can just read it in a book and an astrology chart's going to help you figure out things like this, then you're probably not ready for the twin flame journey, because the real twin flame journey has very little to do with occult tools, It has very, very little to do with anything other than you and God. Okay, it's everything to do with you and God, and God's purpose and plan for your life, your destiny, and your future. It's all those things. It's not It's not dependent on how much you know about your astrology or your person's astrology. I brought my twin flame union into merge a few years ago, and I didn't even know my masculine's actual birthday all these years until recently, and boy was I shocked, because not only was it a major day, it's a major judgment code. It's a major day in my life where the Lord spared my life on that day. It's the birthday of the masculine that I almost married when I moved to this state. And there was divine intervention, and ended up finding out who my actual twin flame was eventually. So, and his birthday was on that actual date. And I moved here 11/11. Within 2 years, they made cannabis legal. 420 is widely known to be the cannabis code, but it's the wrong code. They're supposed to be using a different code. But since they were stealing the sacred feminine destiny, and that's how they got busted, because God is good, and he didn't allow it to get stolen. Now, because this is a very protected timeline, and it's a chosen, destined timeline for the sacred feminine, for the planet, and for the nation, God's got us in there like swimwear. So as we transcend ourselves in this ascension, do know that 624 is the real flower code. And I have the flowers to prove it. I have all the flowers to prove it, okay? So they made it legal as soon as I moved to the state. So that happened, and at the same time, I moved here 11/11. Okay, so the 11th month, 2011. And within 2 years, I had a child, and I knew that I had a twin flame. And I knew that the narcissistic empath dynamic relationship that I was in was a failure, and it was devastating. After getting over that and going through my ascension, here I sit today, very glad to tell you that I was able to get my healing done, bring my twin flame into merge with me, discover everything I needed to know about my twin flame, heal my timeline, start my fivefold ministry, raise my child, raise my other children. Like, I've been doing a lot. I've been super busy. I'm a water sign, so I don't always take things with a grain of salt. Let's put it that way. Not always, but I can take a joke. If it is a lighthearted, well-intended joke that's not making somebody else the butt of the joke or making a fool out of somebody or harming somebody, then I have a good sense of humor. But please be kind and lighthearted. Also, do hit the subscribe if you do like the elemental messages, the twin flame messages, and the healing and light work, because it's nonstop around here. I do this full time. I've been doing this for approximately 10, 15 total years. I would say mostly on, but in the beginning it was more like on and off. So we're going to look at the water signs. Archangel Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel. We call upon you, angels, for guidance for the collective. Clear, and clearest of energies all together for all water sign people. What's going on with the water babies? How are the water babies doing? 5 of Swords. Right out the gate, we got a 5 of Swords. Somebody could be changing their mind. Why, though? Why would somebody be changing their mind? Somebody would be changing their mind about marriage, about a relationship, about a proposal, about a marriage, a gathering, a group. This could be with a masculine who happens to be an earth sign masculine. Somebody could be speaking truth at this time about a union with this masculine. Very strong possibility. Then we have an offer. Not a bullshit offer. A sincere, legitimate offer of marriage or happiness, gathering, okay? Marital bliss, marital enjoyment. You get the point, I hope. We got another 5. That's 3 5s. That's shift energy right there. That's death and rebirth. That could be tower energy too with that Taurus energy right there. So this is looking like somewhat of a shift or a change is happening in a union. Somebody's happy to be moving on to better things in terms of love or a better relationship or things being better in the marriage or the relationship. Suddenly very excited. I get this person is very excitable. Suddenly very excited. Suddenly I see is what I'm hearing. Suddenly I see. And they're eager. They can't wait to talk to you. They can't wait to share the news. A lot of people want to communicate with them. A lot of people communicating with you. This is fast moving energy. This could be the energy of quickening. This could be rapid ascension energy. With this energy, you're receiving a lot of messages, okay? So this could be coming in many different forms. This is like phone communication, or like written letter, email, text, but it could also be telepathic and it could be any other form of communication. But it's a lot of rapid communication, back and forth, back and forth. Could be files, documents going back and forth, messages, whatever it is. It's very excitable energy. It has you very excited. You could be getting a lot of news right now, and just a lot of just communication is just coming in left and right because something is ending while something else is starting. So like a cycle has ended and another one is about to begin. The new cycle is starting out on the right foot. It's starting out on the right foot with truth, with wording, with expression. Looks really good. Okay, so we're doing good expressing ourselves at this time about love, about the union, about the shifts, the changes, the ideas, the offers, the possibilities. And here's why. Because the masculine is focused on his feminine. He's on his way to his feminine to make her this offer or reiterate an offer or remind her of an offer. And he wants to know something by a certain time, or he's going to do something before a certain time. He's letting the feminine know that something is in divine timing. Or he's like saying, like, I'm making good time. Like he's surprised he's gotten this far. He's like ahead of himself a little bit. He's even putting himself kind of ahead of his own plans with the union. It's like he's going before in order to prepare for the feminine. It's like, I got to go prepare a place and a firm foundation. And I'm going to have to make some calls and talk to some people and do some things. And I have to do a lot of organizing and getting things together, a lot of communication. A lot of calls got to be made. And I got to do all this by a certain time, maybe even by September. He might be wanting to get something done, or there may be a shift in a whole cycle that's complete by September. Just in time for winter. And but he wants to make this queen. He's proposing. This is definitely a proposal we're looking at here. Or he has already proposed, because he wants to take this person off the market. This person is showing up single in the readings a lot, and he wants to take this person off the market. And he's wanted to do this several times. It looks like about 5 times now. And something may be happening around May. Something could be happening around May 5th, April 5th to May 5th, or from May 5th to September 5th, maybe even October 10th. These are significant dates. They could be significant dates that have something to do with the union itself. So a lot of what's on the masculine's mind is the union and the love communication. Could you hand me the charger?
Your laptop?
The love communication that he's receiving or that he's been giving. He could be, at this time, he's receiving the communication from the love messages and the collective about the union. And it kind of went from like a bitter energy to more of a sweet, caring, loving energy. And then it's like that plays out into the physical. And it does this through a lot of communication. So it's like all of a sudden at some point there's like a breakthrough happening, and then there's a breakthrough in communication. And at that point, when that happens, that closes, that seals the deal. That seals the plan in order. It puts things in order. So feminine is looking back at the promises that have been made, or the potentials that are there, or the promise that's there within the foundation of the relationship, or promises and communication that was received recently. Lots of rapid communication in the last few years. Could have been the last 5 years. Doesn't have to be. But the union came together in the last 5 years. Also, something might be happening in 5 days, 5 months, 5 weeks. This could be 5 weeks. This could be 5 months. So yeah, I feel like 5 months. We're moving in 5s. So that's a lot. Also, with that quickening energy and the 5s, that's a rapid shift. That's like a complete turnaround. That's the kind of shift this is. It's like a total shift from one thing completely to another. Like things really will not even look the same in 5 weeks, 5 years, 5 months, 5 days, 5 hours, like whatever the case. The shift is going to be dramatic, okay? It's going to change your thinking. You're going to continue to think. This could be masculine and feminine, both of them. But you're going to continue to think like the single person. Oh, I'm sorry. The single person right here. Until this. And at this point, then that's when the change occurs. It starts to play out where she's the queen. She's not the single woman. She's like the newlywed or the newly engaged woman who has been taken off the market and kind of needs some time to adjust to that. So there's a little bit of an adjustment period that happens. after all this communication. So this could be another adjustment period coming up, or it could be the one you just went through, you know. I feel like it's two adjustments, two big shifts. There were supposed to be two big shifts for twin flames between now and September. So that would make sense. Okay, so then we also have the Queen of Swords. We have some truth trying to come out here. This could be her shadow side. Some shadow aspects of the feminine herself, okay? Doesn't have to be, but that's likely what it is. So this feminine, she can be a little bit selfish. She can be narcissistic. That's just her shadow side in general. So we are talking about a shadow side. We're not talking about somebody being a narcissist. We're talking about somebody having a shadow side. So this shadow side starts to come out right after all this communication and right after things start to become complete. It's like the ring goes on and then it takes a minute for that to register, like almost like her, it's like it happens just in time for her before her shadow side, before Bridezilla enters the building again. Okay, let's put it that way. Masculine has figured something out there too. He has figured out that this Bridezilla, she can be quite the emotional, she can be a little bit of a tyrant. She can go on these tirades and she can be very emotional. She can be very bitter. She can be like the scorned woman, and then that's like lighter aspects. That's generally how this queen is. She's generally very honest, very noble, very well-intended, very astute, very honest, very driven. She'll cut right through truth, okay? So this is about to happen. Bridezilla is about to come out just in time, because this queen is like, bitch, am I your wife? If I am your wife, do you want this wife or wife? It's your choice. What you want? Okay? So what's causing this to happen? Why is the shadow side coming out? Well, it looks like because this communication has to do with finances. Yeah, it has to do with money. It has something to do with money. Mm-hmm. It's love and money, or it's love of money. Okay, it could be a choice somebody made based on money. Could be a choice somebody already made or recently made. Doesn't have to be that it's about money, but it is something that's physical. Something is coming into the physical that is bringing out the shadow side of this feminine, and it's not clear what it is. So there could be changes of the mind, changes of the heart, changes in your thinking, changes in your beliefs. All of this could be part of this transformation that's happening. This could be changes in the way your masculine believes or sees you. This could just be the masculine being aware of your shadow side, or you being aware of your own shadow side. And maybe him even just like knowing how you are when it comes to spending money or saving money, something like that. And maybe masculine says something about this or wants to say something about this, but needs to be careful with the approach and the expression of that. Not careful necessarily, but, direct, very clear. And I'm getting the word gallant. You might have to be gallant about it. I'm not sure what that word means, but I will look it up. I think it has something to do with like being a gentleman, being like a Johnny on the spot, like being gallant, being practical, being like the King of Pentacles in action, though. Yeah, like, all right. So then we have the promising new beginning. Okay, so this is the energy of spring. We're entering a new gate, a new season, a new porthole, a new beginning. This is something that holds promise for things to be abundant, wealthy, prosperous, flourishing in the physical. Okay, that holds the promise of things to flourish in the physical, especially because it's this queen. Because it's this queen, it's destined to flourish. It's her destiny that you're working with anyway, so. And then we have this guy being, Mr. wearing his energy on his sleeve again. Okay, put your armor on, dude. Okay, you're wearing your heart on your sleeve a lot. Did you put your shin guards on? Did you armor up today? You got your helmet on. Like, do those things. But this is like the masculine has been carrying this heart for the feminine for a long time. Is a lot of affection for his feminine. He has a lot of love, devotion, adoration, a lot of affection, a lot of respect, okay? So she might be extra concerned about the masculine knowing about her shadow side. He also might be extra sensitive with this energy right here. So he might also, the feminine might need to watch her words. Both of them might need to really just watch their words, expression, and communication. Both of them being considerate, calm, kind, and patient. That's probably all it will take. Okay, and so this is like, he's like, here, let me kiss it, make it better. Let me kiss you on the cheek. Let me kiss you on the head. Let me kiss your hand. He's a gentleman. He can be very romantic. He doesn't just romance you. He does like to sweep you off your feet. He does like to do this with his words. Okay, so masculine, this could be what is triggering the feminine is that she's not used to that. This feminine might have to get used to that because she's been this queen for a long time by herself. Okay, she's been by herself. And that's what's changing here. This water sign. So this turned into basically like a twin flame reading. Even though I'm just trying to read the water signs, it's what it's giving. So I don't know if this is like a lot of unions that come together before August and September, October, before next winter. A lot of masculines on the move, a lot of quickening energy, a lot of communication. Like I would expect it. I would totally 100% prepare and expect communication from these masculines because it's coming. It's coming. It's coming in abundance. And it is about the marriage and the union and the ministry and the business and the life together that you can build together. This is having something that you built. This is like the Four of Wands. If you stayed together for 20 years, had a few kids, sold the house, bought a bigger house with some property, sold your business, made a killing on that. I mean, like, this is just literally having it all. You don't necessarily have to be that rich, but it's having it all. It's having the relationship and the land, having the job and the car, and everything you need to manage it all and hold it all together. So it's not just having it. It's having what you need to hold it all together. And it looks like you're not going to be able to just be living on a prayer. Not with this energy. You're going to need to do a little bit more than that. So you're going to need a lot of knowledge and awareness. So you're going to continue working on those things, water signs. It looks like there really is a heavy focus on union, marriage, proposals, relationships. Just in general, this whole message is about relationships and communication and rapid communication. And it's also looking like a lot of communication from the masculine to the feminine, specifically like to the feminine. And then it's the feminine, and then it's back to the masculine. And it goes back to the 10 every time. So it's back to the marriage, back to the hotel. Yeah, it's back to the crib. I mean, water signs. This is also like, this is such good energy. Like you could land a really good property, a really good career, a job, a marriage, a relationship, a lottery. You could sell a book. You could sell a home. Like something spectacular, a windfall could happen. With this energy here, it's like almost anything can happen. It's like Wednesday every day of the week. Literally just anything can happen with this kind of a new beginning. But what it also looks like is like things go from the thoughts and the emotional realm, and it plays right out into the physical. And when it does, the catalyst that helps bring it into the physical comes through the feminine and her shadow self. So it's like she kind of may have to pull on this shadow self, the shadow side, to overcome something. And I'm seeing it. It's like she's overcoming something right here. But when she's overcoming this energy, her masculine is right there with her. It's like he's covering her and he's holding her hand. He's right there. He hasn't taken his eyes off of her. If she goes left, his eyes go left. If she goes right, his eyes go right. Wherever he goes, she goes. So he goes and then she follows, and then she follows and then he follows. So it's like they keep in line with each other somehow through this. But it seems like the tricky part is right here in this communication and right here in the result of the communication. So this communication starts coming in slow and then it picks up. You might start getting this communication at home, and this communication might be about your home or your foundation. Doesn't have to be, but it could also just be about finances for some reason. Okay, so this is a shift right into some powerful feminine abundance, okay? It kind of shifts. Everything shifts. If you can keep the emotions balanced and keep the communication good, that might be all it takes to navigate the shift, okay? And when it comes in direct. It comes in quick. It comes in direct. So it comes in abundance, and then it comes direct, okay? So it may go directly. It may go directly back to the masculine. No, just kidding. That's not exactly what I see. But I do see this energy coming direct. And I see the feminine as the head and not the tail. And I see them both happy to wear the pants or switch the pants as usual. And I see them both right side up, alert, looking around, knowing what's going on. So I don't see much to worry about for water signs. I just don't see it. It's just like you're headed for the promised land, the land of milk and honey. You're headed for the truth. You're headed for the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow in some cases. Yeah, so you have the energy of salvation. You have the energy of prosperity. What's going on, water signs? I don't see you being like too emotional. That's what's good here. I see you very balanced. But it's like when you're not balanced, it's because you're in this energy right here. And it could just be like you're impatient. Because something's right at your door. It's taking a long time. Yeah, this is definitely the energy of prosperity, wealth. And this is being saved by your wealth. Like having enough money to save yourself or other people. Or it could just be about spiritual salvation, but it looks like it's about wealth being a form of salvation here. It's like your season comes, and this is it's coming on the heels of all this like communication. It literally does seem like you almost think it's not going to happen. You're almost losing hope. You're like you're fighting back this shadow side, and then here it comes, and then it shows up, and he shows up with it, and this becomes this. I mean, it just looks like a happy ending for water signs. It looks like it's emotionally stable. It holds a lot of promise for future abundance, prosperity, and wealth, a lot of promise for truth, for good communication. I mean, my God, water signs. Like, did you just make a deal to save the planet and bring peace to Earth? Like, what the frick did you just do? What have you been knowing, water signs? This is good stuff. So water signs are Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces people. Man, you guys are in some good energy. This could be somebody deciding to speak up or tell the truth, or knowing how important the truth is, or seeing the truth is important here. Could be truth. The truth could be important to a relationship, to a person, to a marriage, or just in general. It's important that you know your truth. It's like if you know your truth, that's all that matters. You know your truth. And that's like what masculine is saying to the feminine in this message is like, you know the truth and I know the truth. And that's all we need. That's all we need to know. But we're not going to be living on a prayer. We're going to be... There's a saving grace in this union, and it has to do with your masculine and you being the head and not the tail. And deciding to be the head and not the tail, and staying in the position of head and not the tail, and doing that like through honesty, through legitimately having the wisdom, having the wherewithal, the diligence, the discipline, all the things that it takes to manage this. It's like you legitimately do have. So, and the masculine is still legitimately holding this promise to the feminine. It's like she's in a bad mood or something, and she's not in her best mood, but she turns around and he surprises her with a proposal. He surprises her with a ring, a gift, a promise, something happens there. Or they cross the threshold and they move into their property or the house. They open up shop on a business. A grand opening can be happening here. Also, this is the feminine telling the masculine, I made a promise and I'm going to keep it. I made you this promise. And he's like, you did. You did make that promise, babe. I remember. Yeah, I was there. Yeah. It's kind of like that. So it's like, but babe, you promised. Yes, I did promise. And guess what? I'm here to deliver. He shows up and he delivers. And he's got a lot to say. And he's got a lot that he wants to say to the feminine about how he feels, about his feelings, about their future and their new beginning, about the feminine herself. He's just got a lot to say. I mean, it's like he's waited for 1,000 years to have a conversation with his feminine. That's what it looks like in this reading. But they brave through it. They get through one last cycle and it comes together perfect. They come out smelling like roses, quite literally. Smelling like roses here. All right, so we're going to look at some lessons cards, and that should be it for the water signs. I mean, earth signs looking good, water signs looking good. It's just like, What's going on, water signs? How are you guys making it through April so far? How are you making it through 2026, water signs? What's it looking like for you? I'm seeing prayer and God. So somebody's living on a prayer in 2026 and seems to be going pretty good. I've been getting 6:10, 5:10, 8:10, just like 10 after the hour. I got that a lot yesterday. 10 after. And then just a lot of 10s in general. So that's healing energy. Healing, harmony. Not just happenstance, but it's like very intentional and specific type of healing energy right now. Very intentional, very specific. Water signs. What's going on with you, water signs? Angel Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, what's going on with the water signs? So I feel like somebody's being proposed to or thinking of proposing or joining a group, or they have a group, a large group of friends, a large family, or they want to have, or it's a marriage and they have a large family, or they want to. There's joy here. Somebody always wanted a big family, that maybe they always wanted 5 kids. And their heart is happy because that's going to happen now. Or they always wanted $5 million and they have it and they're just filled with joy. I don't know. Somebody always wanted 5 kids. Brings them a lot of joy. This is the masculine's energy here too, with this joy. This masculine likes to express himself a lot and say how he feels. He's either gotten better at it or he's getting better at it. It's something like that. Or it's just like easy for him to communicate this love. It's just gotten easier for him. It just brings him a level of joy and contentment. He feels very strong and self-reliant with this love, with this connection, or just at this time, whatever, apply it however that applies for you. What's going on with this masculine, feminine water signs? So feminine gets in her feels here. But it's unclear if she's like angry or just emotional. Be a little bit of both. But it seems like it's a little more on the emotional side. Again, I feel like it's some sort of communication that happens. Self-reliance comes out. These are some of the lessons that are showing. One-track minds. This could be something that makes you feel limited, stifled for some reason because somebody doesn't think the way you think. They're unable to open their mind, or you wish your feminine or masculine had less of a one-track mind. Or maybe you have a one-track mind and you're very self-reliant. I feel like it's this independent queen. She's used to being independent, and she's used to thinking for herself. So she's going to be thinking and eating for two now, and in this marriage and relationship. So it's like she has to go through some sort of like emotional adjustment has to happen, or is currently happening for the feminine during a shift in a cycle. There's like an emotional adjustment to her mind. Okay, this has to do with worry. This has to do with anticipation. This has to do with avoidance. And this has to do with simplicity. So it could be the simplicity of the union. Somebody doesn't want to make things complicated. They like the simplicity and they want to keep the simplicity. They are a little simple-minded, or they just feel like life needs to be more simple. But there's this avoidance and this anticipation, and I feel like it's coming from this masculine energy right here. It's because he's like thinking too much. You know, now that I'm looking at this could be the masculine in this energy. He could be a little worried about he's worried about somebody's sharp tongue, sharp thinking, a sharp two-edged sword, or a sharp reply, or somebody's witty or strong, or they're tough. This could be Taurus energy right here also. So this could be the masculine's energy, or it's somebody that you're dealing with that's like this feminine energy. Or this could literally be your masculine gets in his shadow side to protect you. Like some kind of communication is happening. He doesn't like it. He gets in his shadow side, and he does this to protect you from these people who have this one-track mind. This could be from insults, criticism, thoughts that are coming from other people's thoughts. He doesn't want the feminine to worry about what he thinks about her. He thinks that's coming from others as well. Others who have limited minds. He's been anticipating the joy of this connection. But there's been this avoidance happening. We haven't quite gotten to the root of that. We might be soon. But what they're avoiding is what looks like is being avoided here is complications. Somebody does not want to complicate things because they don't want to get stressed out, or they don't want to stress someone else out. So there's that. This could be the avoidance happening right here. This could be the masculine avoiding telling the feminine future plans, ideas, intentions that he has, ideas, future plans, for fear of how she will respond for some reason. Yeah, but there's been this like dance going on. So anticipating the connection and the union at the same time, avoiding the one-track minds, avoiding the negativity, avoiding things that are too complicated, avoiding maybe even just avoiding being in this energy of anticipation and worry. Try to be more self-reliant, soothing yourself, comforting yourself, talking yourself down, being more independent, being able to shift out of negative thinkings and cycles and patterns, shifting out of like self-sabotage. Somebody is anticipating this new beginning and this love expression that's been being avoided. Okay, that much is very clear, but somebody's a little too worried about it, and they really are trying not to be. But it's simplicity is the key. Okay, simplicity, joy. The simple things are the small things, are the simple things, are the right things. Those are the keys. I wouldn't avoid anything. I would face everything that you need to face as the best you can, as much as you can, as quickly as you can. Because when this new beginning comes, this is the type of new beginning that the least amount of stuff you have going on, the better. This is like you don't want to take all your problems home with you, okay, to your marriage. I feel like this queen is the one with the avoidance, and I feel like it's the masculine, but it doesn't have to be. Somebody is avoiding communication altogether. This is what they're avoiding, this rapid communication, this rapid fire. Maybe they have a hard time keeping up with communicating with others or their partner or their spouse. So that's what they anticipate, and that's what they avoid. They are avoiding somebody that brings some drama, some attitude. They bring some shade. They bring some emotion to the table. They bring something that somebody else would rather avoid that. I feel like this is both the masculine and feminine. They're taking turns with this avoidance shit. What they're so avoiding, I don't know. There's nothing to really avoid. I don't even see anything in the reading that you would want to avoid. It's just like in general, I think they're just avoiding complication because they're not avoiding each other. That could be the problem too. That could be the problem with the water energies. It could be a lot of like too little too late, or like a chasing game. Like you called, but that person just left 10 minutes ago. You left right after they went to work. You called right after they went to bed. You stopped by, but they were at the neighbor's house. Like, playing tag. It's like you're playing tag, and that's kind of how your communication has been going. It's like you're playing tag with each other. Hey, you're it. No, you're it. Oh, I called you last. Oh, I cooked last. I made the last meal. I planned the last dinner. I called you first last time. You know, whatever it is, it's like kind of like that. You might want to try to stay out of that energy. Like, don't keep track of it. Don't even think about it. If you catch yourself thinking about it, you might want to shift your focus to the future, to the positive things, and just stay out of that completely. Anything that's petty, bitter, complicated, negative, difficult, dense, problematic, deceitful, not true, not pleasant, too much problems. Anything that's like that. If it's not simple, it's not for us. It's like that kind of energy. If anybody's trying to bring this energy into these water signs energies, it's like they're not having it. No, it's a hard no. It's like, no, we're speaking love and life at this time. If you're not speaking love and life, turn around and leave. We'll see you later. Catch you on the flip side or not. Speak life, please. It's kind of like that. It's like this queen is letting people know what she expects, how she expects to be treated, how she expects people to behave, how she expects people to act, what kind of value she has, what the value is she's bringing is very important to her. Where that's all leading, where it's all coming from, where it's all going, why it's all here, all of it is like really important to her. She's not taking no crap about it. She also wants everything to be documented and written down, like filed away, like, we both keep track of the finances, we both keep track of the money, we both keep track. Or it's like if it's a family or a business, it's like 3 people handle the finances, 3 to 5 people. Certainly the business owner. There's something janky about this energy that it's like it shouldn't be, but it is for some reason. There's something janky here and I don't like it. It's like right around this 9 of Swords energy. And this queen came out. When this queen came out, it just bothered me after that. I was like, it's like in the middle of something really good and tangible. It's like somebody tries to ruin a wet dream. Okay, it's like that kind of energy. Like they try to slip something in at the last minute on an agreement, a conversation, a document, or they are saving a bunch of things and truths that they want to tell you for later on when they see you. They've been avoiding telling you things to when they see you in the physical. Okay? So it could be like that. So if there's things you want to know that you don't want to wait for those communications, somebody could be deliberately making you miss communications, missing your emails, missing your mail, your documents, your texts. So watch out for that as well. Someone could have tried 5 times to get a hold of you. Somebody could be trying to get a hold of you to deliver some documents to you that you need. These could be important documents with a lot of information, a lot of details. This could be some information about 2 females, 2 people, 2 places. It could be places, but it's probably people. Water sign people, you might be wanting to go like visit a big city, like in another country or just another big city at this time. This might be something on your list of things you want to do as like a future endeavor, maybe for like a business making. Maybe you want to take a trip to Vegas. Maybe you want to go to Japan or China, Spain, Mexico, Texas, Arizona. Like, I don't know. There's a city. There's a location somebody's thinking about going to. Somebody wants to communicate to you about business dealings, documents, communication, agreements, details, systems, cycles. They want to talk to you about systems. These could be major systems that have to do with money communication. This could be banking systems. This could be investing systems. Somebody may want to learn more about investing at this time, or they want to teach you more about investing. Or you both may want to learn more about investing, and you both may want to invest more into the life that you want, the future that you want, the relationship that you want, the person that you want, the place, the end goal. If you're not already there, focus that you need to be focused on that, water signs. You need to come to some real conclusions, okay, about a situation, a person, a place, or a thing. This could be a relationship you've been in, that you were considering, that you were in. This could be a roommate, could be a marriage. Okay, there's some conclusions need to be made, some communication needs to be had. This is regarding someone's female. Now, if you've been juggling females or males, if somebody's been juggling, looks like you're going to get cold busted, but I don't think this is any type of affair or juggling. This could be like somebody juggles their wife and their daughter. Okay, they juggle between the relationship with their kids and their spouse, their boss and their kids, like stuff like that. But it could also be other extremes, like it could be your wife and your mother or your family member, your stepchild and the mom, or the stepmom and the child. You know, it could be like scenarios like that with these two queens hanging out here like this. After all this communication, it looks like a little bit of an upheaval going on here. This could just be a lot of communication happening. This also could be the maid of honor finally showing up for the feminine. It could be a fellow water sign that she knows. So it could be that. That looks really good. This looks like somebody accepted somebody's offer, or somebody's about to accept. And this could be about the maid of honor. This could be literally as simple as you accepted somebody's offer to a job, to an outing, to a dinner, to a family gathering. With this energy right here, it could be a family gathering, could be someone's wedding, could be church, could be a party. Okay. It's like you're being invited as a guest, or you're invited as a respected, honored person at somebody's life, at their event, at their bar mitzvah, their wedding. There's something here, that they're doing. And it's like not only does the person accept, they bring a gift. They give a gift and a beautiful communication, a bunch of communication, a bunch of things come together, conclusions are made. And there's a meeting with the feminines. And then there's a walk across a threshold. There's a rite of passage maybe even happening here. This could be the something borrowed, something blue moment when you're getting ready for your wedding. Your maid of honor's there, everybody's there, and it's like, oh my gosh, we finally got it. We got everything together. Her hair looks great. Everything looks great. Where's the groom? Okay, the groom's there. He's got his shoes. He's got his ring. Everybody's waiting. Everything's here. We did it. We've accomplished it. The hair looks great. The outfit looks great. And then she slips on like the last minute things, the garter belt, the final gifts. And they go and have a beautiful outdoor wedding. I don't know. It's something beautiful like that, though. It's something that just literally just comes. It's in the spiritual. It has a lot of love attached to it, a lot of heartfelt, good intentions, expression is happening, and communication is happening. Something unfolds. This ensues. And the final result is just beautiful. We have a happy groom. Okay, this could also be another masculine energy that's involved in the situation. So this could be someone else that is a water sign, someone else that's also feeling these energies. So it could be two masculines that came out in this reading. So this could be a spouse and a family member. Doesn't have to be, but it could be. I feel like the masculine comes in and he like drops a whole bunch of information on somebody or responsibility. He just kind of drops it, or it's been dropped on him. Something drops. It's like this big information drop happens. And with that information drop, this masculine sees something, he discovers something. It's like he discovers a way to bring everything together financially, if that makes sense. It's like he gets like all of his bills consolidated into one monthly payment and saves money on his car insurance and like freaking like saves $2,000 on college money for his kids all in like the same week. Okay, he's really banging it out. Like stuff is really just. He's like, I don't have to pay for this or this, and I saved on this, and I got a discount on that, and I was able to pass this over to this person. It's like a whole bunch of things are happening here. It's like a multitude of things happens all at one time. And it has everything to do with like the masculine unburdening himself. Like, it's like he takes on the burdens, but he knows it's temporary. But he doesn't want to say anything until he's like in the clearing. It's like, I don't want to upset my wife. Let me wait till the money clears and then I'll let her know that we got the loan on the house. Or like, let me not tell her about this until everybody arrives or until we find out who the maid of honor is going to be, until we have more wedding plans made. We don't want to go like. I feel like this just has so much to do with timing and the masculine not wanting to stress the feminine out. It's like all happens right here. And that's where it's like, okay, masculine, there's an opportunity right here at the top. It's like if you use the right decisive thinking or something, there's something you're going to say or do or think or express that's going to be able to provide a solution. It may be a solution you have to pay for. Like maybe you have to change your phone number. Maybe you have to start using the business line at work, you know. You do something that adjusts the way that you communicate or receive communication. Okay, maybe you have to pay for a whole new phone service. I don't know. You do something and it makes a difference. It makes a difference. And after it makes this difference, then you discover all these other things. Maybe you go with a new phone service and you don't even have to pay for two lines anymore. You just have the one. I don't know. It's something, it's like a whole bunch of stuff like that. And he's like, and your wedding dress is on sale. I don't know. And we're not going to be grandparents yet. So we've got time. Like, time is also looking like timing is a thing, and also timing being on your side. So water signs, that's the energy you're also in. You're in the energy for good expression, for truth, and for time being on your side. There's something about time. So it's like if you don't rock the boat too much, or if you walk around the dock and just sit and wait and pay attention, do something different than what you normally do, life wants to surprise you somehow. That's what I'm getting for the water signs. Like, life wants to surprise you. It wants to shock you about how people think of you, what people are feeling, what's going on in this part of the world or with these people. Life just wants to dazzle and surprise you, is what I'm getting here. It wants to hold your attention. It wants you to stay focused on love, but not necessarily settle down tomorrow. But if you're already engaged, you can move forward on some of your plans. Things are better. If you're not even engaged yet, you might want to think about getting engaged. And you might want to think about who you're going to get engaged to, because there's masculine energy coming in. And it's been coming out in a lot of readings where these masculines have a lot to say. I'm telling you, it's going to happen very soon. I feel it. I've known it for a long time. At some point, the masculines are going to express themselves. It starts in the spiritual plane. That's where you want it to start. And then it plays itself out into the physical. And the more perfect and well-timed and blessed that it is by God and in the spiritual determines the result in the physical. So with the water signs, I'm seeing tons of potential and tons of positive results. There's even opportunity for a massive healing and completion of a cycle. There's even still plenty of opportunity for a new beginning before the next season comes. There's a whole season of quickening and blessings right here. There's plenty of shift changes and opportunities, and there's a 10 of hearts. So it's like water signs, you could end up at a wedding and you could end up engaged. You could end up pregnant. You could end up in your dream job. You could end up just making a lot of friends this summer. You could do some really fun, exciting, good things and get a lot of good communication. Those are all possibilities for water signs right now. If you've been single, you might not be single for much longer. If you just recently got out of a marriage and you've been single, there's lots of potential and communication happening. Somebody might even want to fix you up with somebody wanting to play matchmaker in this energy. Okay. And the why they want to play matchmaker in this energy is because they probably are seeing something and feeling these energies, but they may see that there's a potential here. They see some kind of love potential between you and another person, or they may just be picking up on the fact that you desire to have a relationship. Or if you've been going through relationship type of changes, somebody might be keyed in on that, tuned into it. They know about it. Somebody knows about your relationship situation. They have their eye on you. They don't like your relationship situation in this energy. And somebody wants to say something about that, or they already have said something about it. But whenever they said it, it may have came out like it didn't come out this way. It came out the shadow side. Okay. So it may have came out in kind of a negative way. But could be because somebody's feeling emotionally attached to the person they're feeling protective about. So this could be somebody's daughter that somebody has their eye on, or somebody's son, somebody's coworker, somebody's family member. Somebody has an eye on somebody's family or wants to fix somebody up. Or also, this is like having a gathering or a party, things going on at your house, and you being concerned about people, how things are going to go. Are people going to get along? Are there particular people that don't get along that you want to keep them apart from each other? Like people that don't get along with a person like this? This could be like your masculine not really getting along that good with your sister or your bestie. Okay, I hope that's not happening to you, but it could be something like that. Or like your dad doesn't necessarily get along with your mom all the time, or your sister. This is like some kind of awkward family dynamic or friendship or work dynamic with the water sign energy. But it's like, I don't know, maybe you do something where there's a lot of rapid communication, a lot of phone calls, a lot of things, a lot of messages going back and forth. Maybe you work with people who are married, lovers, parents, married people. Maybe you work in a daycare, because I'm literally getting the energy of somebody that's like working in a daycare, or maybe wants to work with children or work in a daycare. Maybe somebody sees you working in a daycare or a school. It doesn't have to be children, but it's like a lighthearted, fun, it's like an establishment type thing. Be a park. Maybe somebody's having a gathering at a park. Water signs could be getting together for the holidays. They could be deciding to gather at the park, having a day out in the fun day out in the sun at the park, like the green, like the where it's green and there's a lot of nature. That's what I'm seeing with that. There's some sort of sentimental exchange happening over a feminine with the water signs. So masculine water signs might be feeling really nostalgic right now, but it could be the feminines, be water signs in general. They could be specifically feeling nostalgic about relationships, about communication and friendships type stuff, recent changes that they went through. These could be, in some cases, somebody might be remembering a surgery that they had, a heartfelt conversation that they had. This is a nice balance of spiritual and emotional energy with the water signs. If I were the water signs, I would literally read the fine print on anything, pay close attention to how things are written, how things are said, how things are expressed. Also pay close attention to the timing of how and when things are being expressed, especially if it's coming from a masculine person at this time, either of these two masculine energies, because they might be a little hot-headed right now. And they might be overzealous. This one looks like he might even be jealous. This one's like a little bit in his ego. You know, it's not a rule, but it's just like in general, that's kind of the energy I'm seeing with that. Also, I'm seeing the energy of a masculine who's used to being in control and a feminine. It's like they're used to being in control. It's like two single parents who are also both business owners and have spent most of their life being, I don't know, single or not having the best of luck in relationships. And then they're bringing together a marriage and a relationship. It's like that. It's like two worlds coming together. So it needs this transition time. And it needs a lot of this balance applied to it that the water energies bring. So that's really good. Water energies tend to help us transmute. So with the shift in energies, if there's anything that needs transmuted or healed, water signs generally are right on board to help transmute, to come up with cures and diagnoses, whatever comes up, you know. They just want to see everybody comfortable and doing well. This masculine, this feminine wants to see her masculine, but it's like he evades her, or he's avoiding her, or he's been avoiding her, or he's just been avoiding saying some things and communicating, talking about the marriage and the wedding plans. But it's like he's coming out of that. But it's like, unfortunately, he comes out of it and he's overzealous about it. This isn't everybody, like, follow your heart, okay? But it's like if he's too overzealous and he communicates too much, like, for example, if you send somebody flowers, you don't need to text them 2 more times that day. You know, if you told them you loved them in the morning, And, you know, you don't have to say it 7 more times a day. I don't know. I'm just giving you an example. Like, or, okay, this could also just be like a masculine. It's like, when I'm ready, when we're ready to take this relationship, when we're ready to take you off the market or whatever it is that we're doing with you, I want it to go this way. And I don't want you doing, talking, communicating this way or with this person or with these people here, there, that way, up, down, sideways. All of a sudden, he's got a lot to say about the communication. That where it might be where this queen comes in. And she's like, hold the phone, halt, stop you in the tracks. Or this could be just like the feminine letting the masculine know, do not try to control my communication. Because if and when you do, this is the feminine, you're going to be reminded real quickly that you married, okay? Don't forget that this bitch still exists, okay? That she's still around. She's always checking the fine print, reading the documents, checking the lines. Who said what, who did what, who gets what, when and where, and who and why. Yep. She's a truth speaker, but you know, that's what they have in common. This masculine feminine energy in this reading, they complement each other very well. With this, the energy they both have when it comes to money, pentacles, and the energy they both have for each other and the way they communicate. This is like something really robust, lots of potential. Water signs, you're looking great. Just looking really good. Just, you're not too much in your feels and you're not too much in your head. You'll take energy, or you'll take action where needed. You'll speak up if needed. You're good at expressing yourself. Your finances aren't really looking bad. There's some opportunities coming up you might not want to miss. These could be things you might have to speak up to get. And this could be about love. This could be about work. But whatever it is, you might have to speak up. You might need some help when it comes to speaking up and communication. In that case, I would also work with communication angels, as I mentioned earlier. So that's all I have for water signs. I love you all. God bless you. I'll be back to read for air sign people and fire sign people. Probably not in that order. I think we're going to do fire next and then air. I like to finish it up with air. It's just my style. I like doing it that way. So thank you guys for stopping in. Please hit the subscribe button. Leave some comments on your way out. Let me know if anything resonated. If you want me to elaborate on any of the messages or scripture, I will. Just let me know if any of these are your messages so I know whose energy I'm picking up on. That also helps me out a lot. It helps me out if you give likes to the videos and views to the videos, if you will communicate. Those are the things we need in this ministry, probably more than anything right now. So let me know if you need a reading or if you want to work with me one-on-one. I'm doing those things at this time. I love you. God bless you. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss anything. Much love. Pardon me. Dun, 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 dun.